Bonjour tout le monde et j'espère que vous allez bien. Thank you first of all for such a wonderful comments, and based on your comment I have today come up with a detailed video of Expression Orale where I would let you know what is it all about, how does it get evaluated, what all things you have to keep in mind, and voila, c'est parti. So let's start with the first thing first, the Expression Orale, what exactly it is and how does it happen. So this video is especially for those who's just trying to understand the pattern of the exam well, first of all. So here it is, you will be shown a page of an advertisement and you would be required to ask 10, more than 10 I would say, 10 plus questions. Now this is section A. So what happens in this Expression Orale exam? You have two sections, section A, section B. Now basically the question, you would have the question in this format. Vous avez vu cette annonce dans un journal. You've seen this advertisement in a newspaper and that interests you and you are interested. Vous êtes intéressé. Vous téléphonez à la personne, you are calling that person to obtain more information and you have to prepare 10 plus question, and your interlocutor, your examiner would be the one who has launched this annonce, who has launched this publicity, who has launched this advertisement, and you have to call being curious about it and you have to ask for the other information. Before we go ahead further, a tip, quick 3 tips. Please ask relevant question. You must ask the relevant question because you have to stick to the topic. Use various forms of questions such as est-ce que, quel, como, combien de, y aurait-il, etc. Don't just ask question est-ce que because that's apparently the easiest form one can ask question in French. And of course the tone and the way to ask question definitely does matter. So you must ask the question in a polite way. You cannot really be very stubborn, or you cannot really be negative when you ask question. You can be, but I would not suggest because that's not the right skill. Continuing further, right, some of the opening statements I have given you to help you understand better that how you can start the Expression Orale of particularly section A. For example, we just should not really start directly, okay, I would like to know A, B, C, D. Ideally, I would request you to please copy any one of these because honestly there is no marks for these openings because invigilator know that you've really crammed it up and you know this already. So please copy any one of these, feel free which one would you may like. I would go for the third one because I really like that one a lot. Désolé mesdames de vous déranger, j'aimerais bien participer à cette activité, j'aurais donc quelques questions à vous poser s'il vous plaît. Please don't forget the s'il vous plaît because yes indeed we need a lot of pleases, thank yous here. And here are the 3 things which you must not forget. You read this annonce where? Sur Internet, dans le journal, dans a magazine. I don't mean that if you don't say this is wrong. No, you can avoid this of course. All I want to mention is that you don't get wrong with the preposition. You don't say dans internet, you don't say sur journal. So the idea here is to give you the right preposition. I hope this was helpful. Before we move further, I request you to please subscribe my channel and please comment below if you're finding my video useful, helpful, and if I could be of any help for you. Moving further, here is the acknowledgements I have listed down. So basically when your invigilator would respond, she might say, he might say, yes we have it, yes we don't have it, yes we do offer. You just cannot ask millions of questions to the examiner without acknowledging. So and you cannot just keep saying we know. So I have mentioned a few which would be very helpful for you. Par exemple, ça a l'air bien, c'est intéressant, c'est super, c'est magnifique, Salamakombia, and use all of them. You can use all of them actually. Moving further, la conclusion. So you cannot really have an abrupt ending. As in, you can, but I would not recommend. I would rather ask you, I would rather request you, copy any one of these. Again, there is no marks for this as such, because they know that this is something which you might have mugged up. However, it really plays an important role in summing up the entire conversation which you have had with the examiner. For example, when you just actually ended up everything, the questions, you might want to just say thank you for your time, and I wish you a great day. And that is nothing but a formula, the politesse. Like, you just call somebody and 5 minutes you ask so many questions, and you really cannot keep the phone down, and that sounds really rude. So that is why I have listed down few of the conclusion statements and that could help you to close it very well. Well, I would say to choose, I'll go for the second one, because that was really very easy for me. D'après ce que vous venez de dire, je vais y réfléchir et je vais vous appeler. Merci, au revoir. So this is how I used to speak. However, feel free, you can copy this, and you can also tell me in the comment box which one is your favorite and which one is easy. Also, if some of you have different closing or different opening, please write it in the comment box, because that's how we would be able to help this community with lots and lots of ideas and different expressions too. Continuing further, so here I have listed down how this particular section is being evaluated. The snip I have taken from the official website of CCIP Paris, who apparently conducts our exam, and they have clearly mentioned the way, what exactly they want in the exam. For example, they want the other phrases were just simple, complex, or they were well mastered, or you have used the sentence constructions which were mix of all. The pronunciation plays a very big role, so that is why I always focus on use the phonetics, use the phonics language. Le temps et mots sont-ils correctement utilisés? The tenses. Have you used the variety of tenses? Have you come across the sentences, a question wherein they are formulated in a different way? Did you use them? They evaluate that. And finally, we cannot ignore the power of lexic, vocabulary. The vocabulary which you use, is it something pertinent? Is it something which is relatable? Or you've just asked something, like the question was about, for example, about the holiday, and you have ended up asking that is there a jam in front of your hotel? So generally we don't ask such kind of question. So if you go out of the subject, then this is something might hinder your marks. Moving further, apart from all this, they also obviously mark you basis your discours. Discours est-il adapté à la situation? So basically, the conversation which you'll have with the teacher, is it something that you did it? Is it something which is adapted to the situation? For example, if she replied to you, no, that is not possible, and you said, voilà, c'est super. If it is not possible, you should rather acknowledge, c'est dommage, mais je comprends. Les propos sont-ils sommaires, vagues, précis et détaillés? Le discours est-il clair, limpide, confus et cohérent? Les réactions aux interventions de l'examinateur sont-elles adaptées, spontanées, naturelles? So basically, the overall, here it says your natural French. When you acknowledge, are you really acknowledging according to the situation? Is it really natural, or is it crammed? So what you acknowledge, what you utter out, and do you really want to participate in that activity of the advertisement which is shown, and how natural you're sounding is something plays a big role in this section A. Here we go. I have mentioned, I have put down a sample paper, a sample question here, where I would request you to please list your questions in the comment box, because this is how we will start a journey, a playlist of altogether of section A of L'Oral, wherein we can help each other asking a lot of questions and lot of question about this particular topic. Let's say to start with, this I've taken from the official website of the CCIP Paris and help this community to a great extent. So this is about the rando loisir. So mind you, your exam question will be exactly in this format. It could be color print or it could be a black and white print, that depends on the center. Otherwise, just have a look. This is how it's going to look like in your exam, and you have to read the entire description and here and a picture, and finally you have to start speaking and ask the questions. Voilà, merci, c'est tout. Je pense que c'est tout pour aujourd'hui. This was all detailed explanation about the section A, and as I requested, please put in a lot of comment about the section A so that we know what all things that you really want me to make a video on. This was also requested by one of the viewers. Thank you so much, and the next video I'm going to shout out the names also, whosoever would request, so that the credit is given to that particular person. So don't forget to subscribe and comment, and also don't forget to write your question about this section A topic which I had just given. Merci beaucoup, stay safe, and hope you get the ITA next anytime soon. Merci, au revoir.